It's Missions Baseball right now on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob, and we are here again set to go for tonight's broadcast, as it is the fourth game of our six-game set between the Corpus Christi Hooks and the San Antonio Missions. Oh yeah, gonna be a little rainy evening as we get going here tonight. And yep, so far it is gonna be a wet one as we get this one about set to go. Garrett Hawkins will be a right-hander, four-seam change-up slider, and a two-seam fastball as we get going for this one here in San Antonio. Little wet evening as we get going here tonight. And the rain is coming down here at Wolf Stadium as we get ready to play ball. Riley Unroe coming in, and that's going to be a liner straight away, and that's a base hit to lead us off in the ball game. Man, and how do you like that? They come in and get something going. And now here is Lucas Spence coming in and getting ready to go. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss, and the count now at 0-1. I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. Hey, Bob, how are you doing?
I am good. How are you, John? It looked like a rainy night here as we're in the booth, and yeah, the rain is coming down just a little bit.
It sure is. That one's got high in the air, up to the third baseman who is near the mound, and will make the play to get the recorded first out. And with that, let's give the starting lineups for the visitors here tonight. Unroe, Spence, Flores will be the leadoff three. Austin, Baez, Whitaker, middle. Pratt, Howell, and Jeanette rounded out for Corpus Christi here tonight. Well, we are late getting this one going as we've had some time, and it is 7:10 on this Friday night. Rain coming down, and not coming down too hard, but we are keeping all eyes and ears on the Weather Channel just to make sure that everybody stays safe as we go through the rest of this evening. No balls to two strikes to Arturo Flores. One away, a runner on first. I was going to correct myself. I was going to say nobody was on, but I would stand corrected if I found out there was a runner at first. But yeah, there is a runner on first here in this one. That's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit. And that's going to put a runners at first and third. Still one down in the inning. And got to say, it ain't going pretty good for that San Antonio starter. Only giving up 2 hits thus far. And trying to get out of this hands down.
Yeah, that is for sure.
And second to one, relay Taco Bell double play. And they avoid the dreaded danger as that will end the half inning. And that will do it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. And one left as we head to the bottom of the first. And it is no score. San Antonio coming to bat. We'll be right back here as we lead off the bottom half of the first inning. And so far, pretty good on that. Now set to go for the bottom of the first inning. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, on now for Corpus Christi on the hill is Jaden Murphy. 11.2 innings pitched. ERA of 154, 17% strikeout rate. 269 over a 167 And so far, pretty good on his numbers. The shortstop is Francisco Acuna as we lead off the bottom half of the first inning here in good old San Antonio. Yeah, you see the rain just coming down. The stadium lights reflecting the rain. Gotta say, it is just coming down just a little bit hard, but most evidently we are keeping tabs on the rain. That one high fly in the air, up to left center, and that center fielder will run it down for the out, and there is one down. Well, let's give the San Antonio starting lineups. Acuna, Robert, Salas will be the leadoff three. Sanabria, Carpathos, and Fabian will be the middle. Vertigo, Murphy, and Castañon rounded out for San Antonio here tonight. Ty Roberts, the center fielder, will come in. One away, nobody on. Here is the pitch, and that is going to be drilled. That is high, and that is gone, a home run. And Ty Roberts gets the first one of the evening. And boy, the home crowd is going crazy as it's now a 1-0 San Antonio lead. Boy, and he hit the crud out of that. And he sure did, right off of our scoreboard. Ethan Salas, the next batter up, coming in as he'll take a strike inside. It's the count now at 0-1. No balls, one strike to the count now. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Tulsa at Springfield, Corpus Christi at San Antonio, Amarillo at Northwest Arkansas, Midland at Frisco, Wichita at Arkansas. Pretty good one here, and that's also going to be line. That's high in the air, right to the right fielder, and that is out number 2. Boy, you got to say, with San Antonio in the early stages of the lead, it's pretty good to say that they got that good base hit right there. Yeah, for sure. Romeo Sanabria coming in. He'll take a sweeper down and in as 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, it could be rain for the rest of the evening, and we'll say if we'll have to stop and make sure that everybody is good, and we'll wait for the home plate umpire to call in the sign. And so far, we'll see what happens. Sanabria, 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 out. And that's going to be hit high in the air up to left field. And that will pretty much do it for this half inning. But Ty Roberts gets the first home run for San Antonio. And it's on now to the second inning. It's 1-0 Missions. So we're about set to go as Luis Baez will lead it off top of 2 when we come back. Top half of the second inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Luis Baez coming in as we are set to go for the top of the second inning here at home, and that's going to be outside. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. Dr. Pepper Friday here at the ballpark. Don't forget our series continues tomorrow night. Post-game fireworks after that. So sit back, relax, enjoy the best fireworks show courtesy of our friends at Dr. Pepper. Series wraps up Sunday, 1:05, and after that, San Antonio will head to West to take on the Midland Rockhounds in a 6-game set starting next week. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. And there's 1 down, and first strikeout for the leadoff pitcher, Garrett Hawkins. Well, what a way to get that one going, and boy, he really got it pretty good. Here's Ty Whitaker. As he hits that one high in the air, Sanabria gets it, and that is out number 2. So here is Carneal Pratt. As he comes in, is ready to go. Here's the pitch. And the changeup down and in is 1 ball and no strikes. Fans are still coming out to the ball game on this rainy Friday night. It was a beautiful day in San Antonio, but evidently the rain is beginning to fall here at Wolf Stadium. Coming down a little bit heavy. We'll see how long the umpires want to go in this one. But most evidently, they'll keep close eyes on the weather and for the umpiring crew and stuff. Here's the 1-2. And that one fouled off. The count now still holding on at 1-2 in that delivery. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that is 2.5 come and gone. And with that, the side is retired. So San Antonio still holds on to a 1-0 lead as we go 2.5 on this Friday evening. So back for more baseball as we get things going with Braden Carpathios to lead it off in the bottom half of 2. We now head to the bottom half of the second inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Braden Carpathios leads it off as we get to go here in the bottom of 2. Bucks bullpen is getting warmed up as Fleury and Dombrowski coming in, getting ready to go here. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Intercepted by the second baseman. Can he get him? Yes, he will, and that is out number 1. Boy, and they still play good in the rain, and most evidently it is pretty good to keep going on that. Yeah, I got to say, John, they really do pretty good. And so far, it is what it is. Yep, that is for sure. It's right there and in for a count now, 0-1 to the designated hitter, Albert Fabian. Here's pitch, and that is in for a strike, and the count now at 0-2. That one high in the air. Foul grounds. Third baseman, give a chase, and he brought it back in. And there's 2 down. Man, and that third baseman, he was really alert where that baseball went. And he got into foul grounds just shy of the sitting audience right there at the third base area. Well, that is for sure. Guzman Verdugo coming in. He's the third baseman tonight for San Antonio. Pretty good on that. 1 ball, no strikes to the 7-hole batter. And that's high in the air up to the center field area. And that will do it. But San Antonio holds us lead. And we are going to the 3rd inning. And San Antonio has it 1-0. So about set to go as Caden Powell will lead it off. Janek Unruh will be right behind the leadoff batter to start the 3rd inning. So San Antonio 1, Corpus Christi 0 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Top of the 3rd inning for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Caden Powell coming in as he's set to go. And that was outside, and now they're going to intentionally walk him over. And that will be the 8-hole batter getting on for free. Walker Janek coming in as he'll hit that one out of play foul. Then the count now 0-1. Corpus Christi trying to retie the ball game. And he's going. Right there, the throw. Not in time, and they will not get him, and that's a stolen base. And he went for it. Yeah, that was pretty good there, Bob. Yeah, I gotta say, when you get stolen bases, that's pretty good. And he's getting out there at second base, just trying to get something going. Well, the rain sure is coming down a little bit heavy. And here's the pitch. That one is fouled off. The count now at 0-2. Still hanging on. And the catch. And that's going to be right there, line drive. And that is foul. And the count now at 0-2. Still hanging on here in this half inning with nobody out. Playable but foul. Well, I guess he's trying to find the correct one to hit, and I'll say that'd be pretty good. There's the 0-2, and that's right there, straight away. Up at first, and in time as Carpathios will get that one. I thought Carpathios was up in right field. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. It's somebody else out there at right field, and oh no, I'm getting myself confused now. Yeah, what the heck? Here's Riley Unruh as he comes in and takes that one in for a strike. And the count now 0-1. Here's the pitch, and that is fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2. I'll tell you one thing. Sanabria, that was his name. How in the heck do I keep forgetting his name? Oh, I don't know. Maybe does your mind go blank a little bit? Huh. Hey, don't make fun of me. Your mind goes blank too, remember? You're old. You're like, what, 76? Yeah, I wished I was 76. I'd be your granddaddy. Yeah, right. I know you're just kidding around and stuff. Yeah, I'll kid around with you a lot too, my friend. Right there, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at third. Here's the pitch. And that is high in the air to center field. And Roberts will get it. And here comes the run. And that will tie us up on the RBI sacrifice fly. And it's now a 1-1 ball game. Lucas Pence coming in, the center fielder here tonight. He popped out as 0 for 1. That one fouled in the way. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that one is hit and not a play. So, yeah, little kids would go run after that one. And a pitch. That one high in the air up to left field. And the left fielder has it. And that is out number 3. But Corpus Christi will score up to tie it. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. And they leave 1 left. Or should I say nobody left. And 3.5 coming and going. And we are tied 1-1. Ty Murphy will lead it as we get going for the bottom of the 3rd when we come back. Now set to go for the bottom of the 3rd for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Kai Murphy coming up, 8-9-1, due up against Jaden Murray as he's coming in and getting set to go. And that is outside the count now, 1 ball and no strikes. Underway here in San Antonio, a rainy Friday night. And that's in for a strike. The count now 1-1. Northwest Arkansas and is up by 3-0 against Amarillo, and they are doing pretty good. Just keeping tabs on the Sod Poodles. Here's pitch, and that one is fouled in the way. The count now still holding on. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Medlin and Frisco. About the top half of the 5th inning, but the Rough Riders lead it 3-0 against Medlin. And ooh, ouch! Right there in the back. Ow! Ooh, ouch! Well, that's going to be a real backbreaker. Oh, my back! Oh! Oh, ha, ha, very funny. Oh, have you ever been hit in the back by one of those? I bet that thing hurts like crazy when you do that. Yeah, but that is
That, yeah, you could be right there, John. I mean, yeah, you get hit in the back by one of those, and I gotta say, probably might knock the wind out of you or just make you go nuts. Yeah, for sure. Francisco Acuna coming in as he'll take a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 1 on first, 1 away, and so far the tie-breaking run is that 9-hole batter. Well, good thing it wasn't a little bit higher. If that thing would have got him in the face, he would have been face first down on the ground. But boy, that would have been some teeth knocked out or a broken nose. And that would have been a player getting off the baseball game at least maybe 1 or 2 months, but most evidently, you know, you go to the hospital and you get checked out. But always good that paramedics are standing by. Ty Roberts coming in, and that is high and outside for a ball. The count now 1-1. Also, not only does paramedics stand by, we also have the San Antonio PD standing by. In case if anybody out of the ordinary decides to act up, and most likely we've seen a couple of people acting up, but I don't think their parents gave them a whooping back when they were a kid. They say, oh yeah, go ahead and act up. We won't give you a whooping. My parents gave me a whooping. They put me in the corner for at least an hour. They say, well, if you move, you get to stand there for a little bit longer. Yeah. Well, that will do for this half inning. And so far, pretty good on that. We now head to the 4th inning. 1-1 tie. As Arturo Flores will get ready to go for Corpus Christi. Bounce set for the top half of the 4th inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Arturo Flores getting ready to go. 33 pitches for the starter for San Antonio, Garrett Hawkins. Pitch is well and inside for a cold strike. Gets the count now at 0-1. 1-1 tie between these two neighborly ball clubs. Corpus Christi from Bayfront Park, and here at Wolf Stadium, our San Antonio Missions, proud sponsoring the Padres here in the Alamo City. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, and the count now is 1-2. Proud sponsors tonight: West Creek Trail Rides, Henry's Buffy Tacos, the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Get your tickets for the new season coming February 11th, 2027. Let's get ready for another wild bucking horse and all types of things that you can see in the local rodeo here in San Antonio. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him.
And that is out number one. And third for the San Antonio starter, Hawkins. Third baseman, Trevor Austin coming in. Ready to go here in this one. Wind up and the pitch. And that's going to be hit high in the air up to right field. And that will be out number two. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the broadcast tonight, and hopefully you are on this rainy Friday evening. And well, if it comes down any harder, then we'll go into a rain delay, and hopefully a few more innings will keep you posted. No balls, one strike to Luis Baez. And the pitch. That one high in the air. Center fielder running after it, makes the grab, and that is out number three. And so far, that will do it for this side is retired. No runs on one hit, no errors, one left. As we go bottom of four, that's 1-1 tie. So about set to go as we'll have a new arm for Corpus Christi coming up. And it is a 1-1 tie between these two clubs. About set to go as we lead off the bottom half of the fourth inning, right now the Missions Baseball Network. Jose Fleury coming in as he gets ready to do relief pitching for Corpus Christi. Four-seam changeup, slider, curveball, and a two-seam fastball coming in here this evening. Ethan Salas coming in as about set to go here. And here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. The pitch is in for the called strike, and they're going to argue that strike. And they're going to see right where it was, and it was upheld right inside the zone. And yeah, that was the correct call that home plate umpire Jeff Andrews decided to go with. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. And that is right there, called third strike. And Salas is down. Romeo Sanabria coming in is 0 for 1, a fly out. Is ready to go, and here's the pitch. Right there, ground ball straight away short. Throw in perfectly, and that is out number 2.
Now batting, the right
Well, Braden Carpathios coming in is 0 for 1, a ground out. Starting to, I'm a little bit heavy here at the ballpark. Huge droplets. And yep, so far it's just trying to come on down hard. That's right there, up to second. In time, and that is out number 3. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for San Antonio. We head to the 5th inning, and it is 1-1 tie. So 5th inning about set to go as Ty Whitaker will lead it off for Corpus Christi when we come back. Now set to go for the top half of the 5th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Ty Whitaker, the 6-hole batter, will strike up first. We lead off the 5th inning for Corpus Christi. And the slider is outside. The count now is 1 ball and no strikes here in this one. 1-0 delivery, and that's a swing and a miss. The count now is 1-1. Well, just starting to come down a little bit heavy as we get through, and that is going to be a swing and a miss strike, and that'll be the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 delivery. That one high flying in the air, and that will not be playable as it'll drift off foul. 1-2, one more time. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that is out number 1 here in this 5th inning. Left fielder, Carneal Pratt. 0 for 1, a strikeout last time up. And the pitch is in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Here's the pitch. And that is chopped foul. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. 5th inning here. 1-1 tie ball game. Here's the 0-2. And that's going to be right there. And in time, yes it is. Thrown by the shortstop. And man, he got there just in time to make the terrific play out at first. Sanabria gets that one. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Caden Towell. 2 down, could be another 1-2-3 inning for Corpus Christi. That's going to be a ground ball straight away, and that will be a bouncer straight away right field. And that will go for an infield single. And that'll be the next batter, Walker Janek.
as he'll get ready to come on in. Well, here comes the manager now, and we're going to see some time on the mound as the manager is going to come out and have a good chat, or he's going out there to pull the pitcher, but I do believe it's pulling the pitcher time. 1-1 ball game as we're here in the top of the 5th inning for Corpus Christi, and now San Antonio is going to call up Andrew Dahlquist. 4-seam, 2-seam, a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Dahlquist now pitching for San Antonio as we get ready to go. Walker Janek coming in to greet the new arm and is ready to go. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line drive, foul ball. And the count now 0-1. And no balls and 1 strike the count. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be foul. And still hanging on at no balls at 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That is a base hit. And here he comes to the plate. And in across the score. And Corpus Christi will take back the lead. Boy, and they're coming in unglued, just trying to get something going here tonight after that RBI double that they had last go-round. Now, that is for sure. Riley Unroe comes in as we head back to the top of the batting order.
Inside, ball 1.
And the slider is outside. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 delivery. Here's the pitch. That one is high flying in the air. And that will be the third baseman. The catcher tries to get in. The pitcher tries to get in. The shortstop, everybody just tries to get in, trying to catch that 1 ball. But evidently that third baseman says, hey, I got it. I'll take care of it. Everybody go back to where you're going. Well, that will be a home run for Corpus Christi as it's a 2-1 ball game. As we head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. And San Antonio going to try to get this game retied once again. And so far, it's 2-1 Corpus Christi. Now set to go for the bottom half of the 5th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob, and we are set to go as that's going to be a liner straight away up to right field, and that gets through for a base hit. Rain starting to pick up a little bit more. The wind is as well. Rosemond Verdugo coming in now. Trying to get going, and that one is down and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 0 for 1, a fly out last time up by Verdugo. Boy, Boy, everybody getting up to the 6th and 7th innings already. Some in the South and North Division, Frisco. 6th inning between Midland. And that's going to be right there. That's a liner straight away. And right there, as that'll put first and second on. And going pretty good on top of that. Corpus Christi leading this ball game by 1. Tie-breaking run. Now at first, the tying run now in scoring position. That one high fly in the air. And not enough to advance the runner. But that will be a rough out. Number 1 is getting right there. Marcos Castañon is 1-for-1 single. Nine-hole batter coming in. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. That's a slider. And the count now at 0-1. And that one's right there. The count now 1-1. San Antonio trying to get this game tied back up with that equalizing run just out there in scoring position. That one's going to be high fly in the air and not enough to advance the runners. So that is out number 2. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Francisco Acuna. Acuna ready to go, trying to get something going. And a pitch. And that's going to be right there to third, and that is going to get the inning over with, as that will be the side retired. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for San Antonio. And we are going to the 6th inning. Corpus Christi leading it 2-1. Back here as we're live here, Jonathan Baker along with Bob as we get set to go for the top half of the 6th inning for Corpus Christi. And so far pretty good, getting ready to go. Lucas Spence, the first batter, is 0 for 2 of the evening. And he's going to hit that one right there and in time, as that will land in front of the right fielder for a base hit. First baseman, Arturo Flores. 1 for 2 single last time up. And by golly, it's getting pretty good as we get going in this one. And the pitch. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-1. And the pitch. And that's going to get down. Line drive, base hit. And the first 2 runners are on. And still the Missions trying to get something going, but most evidently they're just getting outplayed this evening with base hits, and so far not enough to keep them going. But they're trying desperately hard to get their team back in this game. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it takes a lot of base hits to do that injustice. Man, for sure. That one skied high in the air. Somebody, and that's going to get in. As that will be a quick out number one. And what a great way to get something going like that. Man, I tell you one thing. That one out, that was muchly needed. No doubt about it. Here is Luis Baez. Baez coming in will take an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. Wind up and a pitch. That's a swing and a miss. And the count now 0-2. Well, now we got an injury. So it looks like the trainer is at the dugout and is examining the upper arm of Andrew Dahlquist. It appears Dahlquist has suffered a strained triceps muscle. Or should I say strained triceps muscle. On advice from the trainer, Dahlquist will need to be removed from the game. And so far, we are going to have Justin Yeager come out for San Antonio. And the thing about it is when somebody just gets injured, and that's just not a good sign when somebody gets injured. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it ain't a good thing. When somebody is removed out of the ball game, it's for a valid, good reason. They either got injured. No balls, 2 strikes, and right there, swing and a miss. Boy, he got him out chasing. Can a monkey chase outside the strike zone? What, is that a rhetorical question you just asked me there, Bob? Yeah. Ty Whitaker coming in as he swings and misses at the initial offering, and it's the count now at 0-1. Corpus Christi leading this game 2-1 here in the top half of the 6th inning. San Antonio trying to get back and tie it up if they can. The count now is no balls and 2 strikes. Getting ready to go. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that's a called third strike, and they got him. So they will stop the damage. First and second with Steele. A pair left on, and San Antonio will be up to bat, and so far pretty good on top of that. So bottom half of the 6th inning coming up, and we'll be ready to go as Kai, Robert, Salas, and Sanabria will lead it for San Antonio when we come back. So, oh boy, yeah, now it's starting to come down heavy rain outside as now we're getting into the bottom half of the 6th inning, and so far we are going to go ahead and do a rain delay as we are bottom of 6, a 2-1 score for Corpus Christi. And we will be right back in our live broadcast, and continuously we'll have more fun here tonight as we continue to get things going here in the bottom half of the 6th inning for San Antonio when we come back. So definitely in a rain delay right now. So stay tuned. We got more on the way. Well, just about to go here in the bottom of the sixth inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. And yeah, we got to say we're proud of the grounds crew that got the tarp off on the field, and now the tarp is being brought off the field as most of the heavy rain has finally left the area. And so far, pretty good. That's ground ball straight away up to short in time for the out at first. So pretty good on top of that one. Ethan Salas coming in is 0 for 2, strikeout and a lineout. San Antonio trying to strike here in this one. That one's going to be high fly in the air. And does that have enough chance? No, it does not. As the right fielder runs it down. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the sixth inning. And that'll bring up Romeo Sanabria. Sanabria coming in is ready to go. We'll take an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. Few raindrops, but not as heavy as it was last time around. And that will land for an outfield base hit. Got to say, Corpus Christi still trying to keep them off the board from scoring in that tying run. Yeah, I got to say there, Bob, it could be anybody's ball game if it goes to it. But all knowingly, San Antonio needs to come in and win here tonight, or they'll be moved fourth place on that one. Line drive up to right field, and that's going to get down, and that's going to get away. So now the runners will move first and third, and that's going to bring in Albert Fabian. So pretty good on that. And so far now the tying run is third base away. A base hit will really get something going. Here's the pitch to Fabian, and that's going to be drifted high in the air up the center, and no dice there, as that will be the side retired. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for San Antonio as we head to the 7th inning. Corpus Christi out in front by 2-1. So about ready to go for the 7th inning here as Carneal Pratt will lead us off when we come back. We're back here to go for the seventh inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Carneal Pratt coming in as we're set to go for the top half of the seventh inning, a 2-1 ball game. Man, it's still a close one here tonight as San Antonio and Corpus Christi are a close game. That one high in the air up to left field. The left fielder will run it, accompanied by the center fielder to give him extra support. And that is out number one.
The batter, the shortstop, number 3.
Kind of nice to have the extra support and reinforcements when it comes to this game. Yeah, for sure, John. If you didn't have that, well, it'd be pretty hard. Shortstop Caden Powell coming in. One away, nobody on. Take a strike inside. It's the count now at 0-1. No balls, one strike. The pitch. That one is high fly in the air. Running after it is the center fielder. Makes the grab. And that is out number 2. That'll bring in Walker Janek. 1 for 2 RBI double in the 5th. Here's the pitch. In for a strike on the swing and miss. And the count now 0-1. Here's the pitch. High in the air. Sanabria has his eyes on it. And that is right there for that half inning. Comes and goes. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, 1 left on for Corpus Christi. Get up the stretch. It's 2-1 Hooks. So we'll have Sam Carlson will be on the mound for Corpus Christi as the second reliever. We come back after our stretch inning. Now set to go for the last half of the 7th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Sam Carlson coming in. Thank you, Bob, as get ready to go for the last half of the 7th inning in the stretch. Rosamond Verdugo, the third baseman, up first to get things going for San Antonio. 1 for 2 of the evening. And the pitch, that one's going to be right there high in the air. And that is playable. That'll get down. Line drive up to right field. That is a base hit. So pretty good right there is now San Antonio trying to take the lead and try to win it here if they can and avoid getting into 4th place tonight. Well, evidently, Corpus Christi and San Antonio are the last couple of teams playing tonight. Evidently, we'll go ahead and look at the final scores as we get ready to do this one. We got Arkansas that won the game against Wichita in the final score of 5-0. So Arkansas will claim their 3rd, and Wichita will get the 5th loss of the season. Frisco beats Midland by 1 run, and Rough Riders will tie up against the Rockhounds 5-2 of the year. Northwest Arkansas gets into 2nd place, and they will be 5-2 against the Tulsa Drillers. Springfield down a game and a half, 4-3. Arkansas 3-4. Wichita 2-5. That one is high in the air up the left field, and the shortstop will run it down, calling off the left fielder, and that is out number 2. So Midland in 1st place, Frisco in 2nd, San Antonio out in 3rd, Corpus Christi in 4th, Amarillo 1-6 of the night. And that's going to be a high pop-up right there, straight away, up in time, and the right fielder will run it down, and that does it. The inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. 8th inning coming up. Corpus Christi out in front by 2-1. So about set to go as Riley Unroe, Spence, and Flores will lead it off for Corpus Christi. We come back. Now set to go for the top half of the 8th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Riley Unroe will lead it off to Corpus Christi as we get set to go for the 8th inning.
Here's the pitch, and that is in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Pretty good one as we get ready to close out this Friday evening, the first weekend of a great baseball season here at home.
Nope.
And right there, that will be a pitch clock violation, and the count now 1-1. Don't forget, the Flying Chanclas return. We take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles the 23rd and 24th of that homestand. That's when next time you get to see the Flying Chanclas back in action against Amarillo. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Amarillo's second homestand of the season. Here's a 1-2 delivery, and that is popped high in the air, straightaway left field. And that is out number 1. So we have dealt with the rain. We've had a 45-minute delay, and we're back here again here at the Wolf. Lucas Spence coming in, is ready to go. The windup and the stretch, and that is in for a strike. And the count now at 0-1. Saturday night baseball, 7:05, and post-game fireworks after that. So stick around after the game. Make sure you do, because it's very important that you do. That one is high and outside, is 1-1. Corpus Christi leading this game 2-1. Top of the 8th inning, nobody on, and 1 out here in the 8th. 1-1. That is chopped foul, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still got plenty of time for a comeback here for San Antonio if they can get things going. They have 6 outs to work with, and a comeback is much needed to win this one and avoid the 4th place position. 5th place is the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Corpus Christi would evidently move to third position. Can't even talk this evening, but I do apologize for that stutteriness. Well, base hit goes straight to center field, and now that is 1 on and 1 out. Arturo Flores coming in. And the pitch. That one is high fly in the air, foul. And the count now at 0-1. Rain is calming down for the meantime. Evidently more rain expected through overnight into tomorrow for a Saturday. And most evidently, that tomorrow could be an active day for severe thunderstorms. But anyway, we always say, if you have a ticket and you purchase that or print it, come by our local box office and we'll be glad to exchange that for you for a future game here at the stadium. No balls and 2 strikes to count now. And here's the 0-2 offering. That one is chopped foul and still hanging on. Corpus Christi still hanging on to a slim lead. 2-1 our score. Top of the 8th inning. And the pitch. That one fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2. While 2 teams continue onward. And so far, everybody most likely played baseball tonight. Well, that will pretty much do for out number 2. And now Corpus Christi down to their final 4 outs of a Friday evening. It's right there. The count now 0-1 to Trevor Austin, who is the 3rd baseman here tonight. So far, pretty good getting going. Here's the pitch.
That one fouled off, and the count now 0-2. One more out here in the top half of the eighth. From the windup. And a swing and a miss right there. And that goes down for the final out. So no runs, a couple of hits, no errors. And they leave at least a couple, but they do not get on the scoring. And we head now to the bottom half of the eighth inning. Corpus Christi out in front, 2-1. Boy, we're having a pretty good time tonight as this one is almost finished. About ready to lead it off bottom half of the eighth inning for San Antonio.
right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Whoa there, Bob, and we got to give some special shout-outs as we get going. We want to give a special shout-out to our good friends there at West Creek Trail Rides, the perfect horseback riding place in all of San Antonio. It's a great place, so make sure you come on by, have yourself a good time, and yes, come and give us a call at 616-6585. That's area code 210-616-6585 and book your reservation online or go to westcreektrailrides.com and book your time and your reservation online or give the owner a call. She'll be glad to do, we are glad to help. Leading off the bottom half of the 8th inning is Kai Roberts. As we get ready to go for this bottom half of the 8th inning. That one high in the air, deep to right field, and not too high to get out of here. And that is out number 1. Well, Ethan Salas coming in is 0 for 3, strikeout, flyout, and a lineout. So far today, as this game nearly got started, the sun was out just for a bit. The clouds came in. All of a sudden, here was the rain. The rain just started coming down as we got ready for first pitch at 7:17. Here's the 0-1. And that one is out of play, foul. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch, and that one's a ground ball straight away second. And up in time, out number 2.
Now batting, first baseman, Romeo Sanabria.
Well, that'll bring up Romeo Sanabria, but first let's go ahead and take you to the mound. As here comes the Corpus Christi manager. And so far, they are going to give him the boots and put a new reliever in. Hudson Leach coming in, 4-seam slider, curveball slurve, and a circle change. Getting ready to go for Corpus Christi, and I'm going to try to get it to their top half of the 9th inning. Just rolling on the rails here tonight in San Antonio. 1 for 3 single, that is Romeo Sanabria. First baseman tonight for the Missions. Did I say the Flying Chanclas for at least this last time for the week? High in the air, up to right field, and that does it. So 1 pitch, 1 high fly, and 1 away will do it for this half inning. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left as we head to the 9th inning. And it's 2-1 Corpus Christi as they continue to lead it here. Top of the 9th inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Luis Baez coming in as we get ready to go for the last half of the 9th inning. And that's a slider outside the count now 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes to the leadoff batter, Luis Baez, 5-6-7, due up in the top half of the 9th inning. 1-1. That one is high in the air, close by second base. And the second baseman, Marcos Castañon, will take it himself for the out. So a fantastic play, and now here is the DH Ty Whitaker. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a pop-out. What's that is also pretty good, too. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, ground ball. And it'll go foul. Nearly almost a fair ball, but it doesn't stay fair for too long. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that is chopped foul. The count now at 0-2. So still hanging on. And the pitch. And that is foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Called third strike. Got him. And that is 1 down.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 80.
Well, that'll bring in Carneal Pratt. He comes in, is ready to go. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch.
Oh, that's inside.
And that is outside. The count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that is foul. One more time for Corpus Christi here tonight. Missions will have the bottom of the 9th to get something going, and that is right there, strike 3. And that will do for the half inning. It's over. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Corpus Christi. San Antonio has 5, 6, and 7 due up for this final half of the inning. And that will do it. Lambert Santa coming in now as he will close the door on this ball game if he can and get something going. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 9th coming up. It's Corpus Christi 2, San Antonio 1.
Bounce set to go for the bottom of the ninth for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Braden Carpathios coming in. Ninth inning for the Missions here tonight as they try to get something going. Line drive straightaway up to left field, and that is one down. Going San Antonio down to their final 2 outs. Join us tomorrow evening, 7:05 first pitch for Saturday Night Baseball. And after the game, stick around. We got the best fireworks show courtesy of Dr. Pepper. Fireworks shows coming back every Saturday this season here in good San Antonio as well. Absolutely love our baseball park, and gotta say, it's just pretty good. Right there, liner straightaway up to second in time, and there's out number 2. San Antonio down to their final out here tonight. And so far, the two teams getting ready to call it a night and a day worth having fun. Rosemont Vertigo, the last man up for San Antonio. Here's pitch. And that's in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Or should I say 1-1. And that's in for the final strike. And here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And Corpus Christi takes the game. And so far, they will claim the third place position. And San Antonio now 2-5 of the year. And man, I tell you what, it's not looking good for San Antonio to be put in the fourth place position. So now it's 3-4. And so far, that means everybody did pretty good. Well, anyway, back at it tomorrow for Saturday Night Baseball. Corpus Christi down to their last 2 games here in San Antonio. And then it'll be their homestand taking on Northwest Arkansas. So, pretty good getting going on that. Fun evening, but most evidently that San Antonio lost this ball game on a Friday night. And now it's a 2-game losing streak for the Missions and two-win streak for Corpus Christi. And so far, it is what it is. Well, anyway, we'll go ahead and give you final scores here tonight. And so far, we'll do it right here, right now. Frisco beating Midland 4-3. The final score in Statesman's Park. Tulsa beating Springfield 5-2 at shores of the Blue River Stadium. Corpus Christi winning 2-1 against San Antonio. Northwest Arkansas winning against Amarillo 7-2. And Arkansas winning a 5-0 shutout against the Wichita Wind Surge. Well, anyway, got to say tonight was a pretty good night, and so far now is the time to get our after-game show. And so far, what a night it's been. It was a good night. But yeah, we did have the rain. What do you say about that, Bob? Oh, well, I got to say, the rain is pretty much needed here. And so far, it really is when we all look at it. But most evidently, no, it is what it is. Yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, it was a pretty good time tonight. Lambert Santa is the player of the game, and the win goes to Jose Fileri as he will take the win for Corpus Christi. Garrett Hawkins will get the loss for San Antonio tonight. And so far, I gotta say, it's just been one of them things. Well, anyway, it been one of them things, what we say, and tell you one thing, that is not good when you get placed a fourth. And no, San Antonio is now down in fourth place, Amarillo right behind. Well, anyway, got to say it was a pretty good evening for us here at the ballpark, and so far we're glad that y'all have come out. Join us tomorrow evening if Mother Nature is nice, and we'll have another great game for you. Stick around also, post-game fireworks on a Saturday night, which that would be pretty good. Missions will have one more game, and that will be Sunday afternoon at 1:05. And then it's heading west to Midland to take on the Rockhounds right after that. San Antonio will come back on Tuesday night, April 21st, taking on the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles. That is the 21st through the 26th. And then having that off day on Monday to head to Oklahoma to take on the Tulsa Drillers. Drillers and Missions will be going head-to-head starting on the 28th through the 3rd, and then it's back home for a 12-game homestand. And so far, a leadoff 6 against Midland starting on the 5th through the 10th, and then Wichita will be in town the 12th through the 17th. Missions will head to Frisco on the 19th through the 24th, and then they'll come back home, take on Corpus Christi once again to close out the month of May. That is the 26th through the 31st. Not a lot going on for June, as most evidently our start will head in Wichita, and then we'll have our 6-game homestand against the Frisco Rough Riders, and then it's off to Corpus Christi for 6, starting the 16th through the 21st, and then Arkansas for the 23rd and the 28th. Well, gotta say, I don't know how I memorized that whole entire schedule, but I've only got half memorized really good. But anyway, gotta say, it's been a pretty fun ordeal, and so far, I gotta say, it's been a pretty good night thus far. I mean, for us here in San Antonio to have this one-of-a-kind baseball stadium, and so far, everything else. Well, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and so far, we are just super excited that you did, because without you, these broadcasts, they probably wouldn't be around. But a lot of viewers come in and they get going, and even those at the ballpark, they have a pretty good time of just coming out to the ball game, enjoying the atmosphere, and, you know, talking with people. Those that love the game of baseball, which that right there is pretty good. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it is good sport, and we all love it, and you know, San Antonio loves it. But evidently, with the new ballpark going into effect, I wonder how many people are gonna be happy or not happy about it. Well, Bob, I gotta say, I mean, San Antonio's ballpark, you know, if they get this one decommissioned in 2028, and then we start in 2028 in our new one, then I got to say, that's going to be pretty crazy for us as
we get that year going, and as we play in a new ballpark, and so far pretty good on that. But anyway, yeah, Bob, did you hear what they were going to do to the apartments way over there on San Pedro Creek? Yeah, they said they were going to knock them down and stuff, and most evidently, I think what they're doing is they're sending out eviction notices and to get things going, to get the buildings demolished, and to literally build the ballpark right there. Yeah, for sure. But anyway, I gotta say, I don't know why they don't like the ballpark that we play in, but most evidently this ballpark has always been the best one thus far. And so far it's kind of rough to say goodbye to it after 2027. And so far, it's going to be a rough year next year as we play our final season in this ballpark. Yeah, I got to say, John, I mean, moving is really hard. I mean, when you think about it, and well, so far I know you had to move when your parents had to move to Brady and stuff. But anyway, it's kind of hard to relocate because a lot of things you got to do, like a lot of things and all this other stuff. But anyway, it is what it is. I mean, we've been down that road a lot of times through our lives. That is for sure. Well, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in as we hit the 10:40 p.m. hour, and gotta say it was a pretty good one. Let's go over runs, hits, and errors first for Corpus Christi. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And for San Antonio, 1-7-0 as we conclude the evening here in Game 4. And our last time seeing the Flying Chanclas, at least for a while. Well, we're back tomorrow evening. Our first pitch, 7:05. If Mother Nature tends to be good and we don't get rained out, then most likely we'll have to see and have to wait on what happens on that. But most evidently, we would have to wait and see how everything plays out. But anyway, hope we see you all again tomorrow night with our first pitch at 7:05. So thank you all very much. And we are going to go ahead and say good night and so long. Final score one more time. Corpus Christi 2, San Antonio 1. So have a good night, everybody. And also, do yourself a favor. Drive home safely, okay? We want you to come back. Drive home safely.